Good morning. Welcome to the Better Business Workshop. Today, we're looking at the law of vacuum and we're looking, what's that all about? Well, that's all about creating the space to grow, right? And I'm joined by my colleague, Gareth Hughes, as always. Good morning, Gareth. How are you today? Great to see you.
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yes, I'm brilliant. I'm brilliant. Thanks. I'm really good. Thanks for joining. We're looking at the law of vacuum today, Gareth, and creating space to grow. So, what's that all about?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because the fundamental principle here is that nature abhors a vacuum, right? So
Yeah.
nature will always try and fill a vacuum, and the same is true in business. And I always have
Mm.
conversations with business owners who say, "Well, do I get the business first or employ someone first, or do
Yeah.
I try and get really busy so that I can't cope and then employ
Mm.
someone, or which way around does it work?" And
Mm.
and the answer is, well, it's a little bit of both actually. So so you've got to have some capacity for a new employee, but when you employ someone, because nature abhors a vacuum, you will naturally find that your business is able to give them the work. So
Yeah.
you have to create the vacuum first though, and that's what this
Yeah.
is all about.
Yeah. It's the same with time, right, Gareth? It's the same with time. We can always fill our time with something to do. So the question is, can we fill our time
Yeah.
with doing the right things? It's exactly the same law, right? You can always find something to do, and it's exactly the same with business.
Yeah, and there's a saying, isn't there? It's kind of like, if the devil can't make you bad, he'll make you busy, right? And that's the thing, right? You always try and fill up your time in some way, shape, or form.
Mm.
And the question is, are you filling it with the right things? Are you filling it with the right task? Are you filling it with the right direction? And um, and just making sure that you know you trust the law of the vacuum. As soon as you drop someone in there, you'll naturally fill them up.
Mm. So another way to frame that and to think about it is actually, you gave an example around sales and marketing, right? So it's about thinking, is if you
Yeah.
consider marketing to be an investment, if you have an investment mindset towards your marketing, then you're creating the space to grow into, right? If you invest in your marketing to generate a return and you do that in the right way, then you're creating the vacuum to grow into. It's about having an investment mindset rather than a cost mindset, right, Gav?
Yeah, totally. And let's take your example of time that you mentioned a second ago. That if you create space in your diary for client one, client two, client three, client four, however many clients you want, say you want 20 clients, you create that space in your diary. Your marketing activity and your sales activity will want to fill that void, right? Because you have to,
Mm,
because you've got the space. Okay.
mm,
So that's when your marketing and your sales align with the goals and the vision of the business, right?
mm,
Making sure that first you have the space, then you're able to do the right activity in order to fill that. Because say you've got say you've got space in your diary for 20 clients, right? But you've
mm,
only got 15 now. Okay.
mm,
So you've got an additional space. So in that additional space that you've created in your diary, I call it money now, money later, right? So what's gonna fill that space right now? What's gonna get you money right now? And if you can't do any of that activity, what's gonna get you money in a week's time, or money
yeah.
later, as I call it, right? So what's gonna get you money tomorrow, or a week, or a month's time, right?
Mm,
And just by doing that, you filled the vacuum, right?
right.
You filled up your time just by
Yeah.
just by making sure that you do the right activity.
So we've been talking about quite a few of these laws this week and over the last few days. If you kind of join some of these principles together, now I remember when I did my MBA, you got bonus points for joining theories and principles together, right? So some of this as well. If you kind of join together, the other day we were talking about the law of intention, and we've been talking about having an investment mindset. So if you set your intention, then things will happen. To join up with your point
Yeah.
around time, creating space for clients, So if you set your intention around going to win clients, you have an investment mindset, and you create the vacuum, that's how business grows, right? When you start to join these concepts together.
Yeah, it does, because what is not happening here is you go, well, I've got the space in my diary, so the natural, clients will naturally fill up that space. Okay, that's not what happens, right? I mean, I love that mindset of build and they will come. Love it, but there's a certain bit of extra things that you have to do just to make sure that you do. And you're absolutely right. It's creating the space, it's doing the work, and it's setting your attention as well.
Brilliant. Love that, Gareth. Let's just check the next slide. Is there anything on the next one? Have we covered everything? I think so. So, yeah, fantastic. Well done, Gareth. Really good. Look, folks, if you want to come and talk about growth, how you're going to grow your business, how you're going to implement some of these laws, then come and jump on a 30-minute strategy review with Gareth and I. It's entirely complimentary. You can book one of those from our website. Go to miltonkeynes.actioncoach.co.uk and reserve yourself a slot there in our diary at a time that suits you. At the same time, there's a ton more content like this. If you've enjoyed what you'd like, then enjoyed what you've seen, then come and join us over in the Better Business Workshop over on Facebook and LinkedIn, and we'll put the link to those groups in the comments below these posts as soon as we've done. Gareth, it's been absolutely brilliant to see you today. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you. Have a fabulous weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Brilliant. Cheers.